Welcome back, my dark minions, to the Dark Void, ruled by me, now 51. And today, we're gonna be, you saw the title of the video, yeah. We're gonna be watching, basically, yeah, I gotta be talking about Call of Duty. We're talking about Call of Duty here. And Call of Duty sucks beyond belief. It completely sucks. I haven't played it, but I have seen clips of it. Heck, my sibling is playing it, and there's like and basically he's playing it, and I have to say, I don't need to see him playing it to know that it sucks, because I've seen clips of it everywhere, and it's just insane how much this game literally goes away from the Call of Duty roots and just goes out of control for no reason. I mean, for one, the whole storyline about you going to Menendez and finding Menendez, yeah, basically you see cyberspace stuff, but what the heck is going on with this game? Like I said, cyberspace, and yet for some reason we have eldritch horrors happening. Menendez goes into a puff of smoke of blood or something. We have Wood turning into an eldritch monster. I think that was his name. And then some other guys turning into a freaking giant titan. And all this look like it's from Eldritch Horror, which didn't even bother made it look like cyber monsters. Like, for example, you could literally make the giant dude into a very statically character, but no, instead it's it's just an Eldritch Horror monster. The Call of Duty literally sucks so bad. It sucks so much ever since the last good game was what was it? The rebooted Modern Warfare version where you got to play the rebooted one. That's the only good one so far. And after that, they basically effed over the entire series. After that, saying that the DLC the sequel was not a DLC, it's actually full game, which is a lie. And then they kept ruining it at the series so far, and now we're here, and it just keeps getting ruined. And now they've lost the Battlefield, which I'm happy for, because Call of Duty sucks so bad. I haven't played a Call of Duty ever since. I'm just saying that now. I've never played a Call of Duty ever since. The last one I've seen was the rebooted Modern Warfare, Call of Duty Modern Warfare. That was about it. That's literally about it. I mean, I can't believe it went from soldiers go from D-Day, boots on the ground on the D-Day beaches of Normandy, to basically whatever the freak this is. It's so bad that I've seen a thumbnail saying, talking about how basically now they're basically losing it. People are asking for refunds for that game. It is so bad. I think the blind loyalists are finally waking up to the disaster that is Call of Duty. Now, of course, there's still the blind loyalists, basically the corrupt loyalists still there, but at least some of them are basically waking up. But my God, this game is so bad. It is so bad that literally, I want to see this franchise just die off now, because if they're just gonna keep doing this, then I don't want to see this again. And what's worse is that after this backlash, they will be doing their regular, basically they're gonna make a good version of Call of Duty. But then all of a sudden, guess what's gonna happen? The next year, they're gonna basically turn around and just start doing it again, over again, making it what they want it, and just basically make the Call of Duty franchise as they wanted, microtransaction filled things, basically turning into Fortnite again. It's just, trust me, it's clockwork here. What's worse, they said that they were not doing a yearly thing, but they did. They're doing it. They're gonna keep doing it. It's over. This game is like dead. I don't know what else is gonna happen to this franchise, but I highly doubt it's gonna exist. In fact, at this point, if they're gonna do this kind of BS, then they might as well just make an entirely new version of Call of Duty. Just split the Call of Duties in different places. Make Call of Duty the original World War game. Make Call of Duty Modern Warfare. Make it that its own genre, and then make Call of Duty Future Warfare. Oh wait, no, Modern Warfare and Call of Duty, the D-Day one, World War version, just stay in their own lane, because they actually made this stuff good there. Future Warfare makes its own version, just a own spin-off game, and if they want to go Eldritch Horror, then there's Call of Duty Fantasy. There you go, 3 different franchises, 4 different territories, or well, 2 if you combine Call of Duty World War and Modern Warfare together. But yeah, at least that way no one will complain, because at least each one is their own freaking thing. But no, they're not going to do it. They're just going to put them all together and be done with it. Yeah, Call of Duty sucks. It seriously sucks. And if they keep doing this, I'd rather see this franchise, like, die off and never come back from the dead at all. Because at this point, I don't know what else. Alright, we're going to be watching Moist Critical Black Ops 7 is embarrassing. It is. It's also disappointing. So we'll be watching Moist talking about this, seeing what he thinks about the situation. And also, before I continue on, do you know you can get kicked out of the campaign for AFKing? Yeah. For AFKing, you get kicked out. Also, you can't play by yourself, so anyone can jump into your game and play alongside with you. You can't pause it either, so you're basically effed up over there. And yeah, we're gone back in time to basically to the Super Nintendo. I'm not gonna say the full name. To where basically you leave the game, and I can say, and I'll tell you this: I played the game. I played the Plumber when it was on the Super Nintendo, and I can tell you this now that if you leave the game for too long, it will actually go back to the main menu. I can confirm that. So yeah, we're gonna be watching Moist, see what his thing is. That's all I wanted to say. We're gonna see if I pause during this video or I'll say a few things or wait till the end of the video and talk about my 2 cents. Either way, let's continue on.
You're looking at a man who finally broke the cycle. Can you tell? I'm glowing.
Yes.
I feel.
Well, you are glowing.
I broke
well, you are
the
compared to Jesus.
cycle. I already told you I wasn't going to buy this game, but I know a lot of you really thought that I was going to cave in and succumb to the beckoning siren song of Call of Duty for some reason. So the game dropped. Stream chat was telling me I need to play it. I'm not playing it. But what I did see from Call of Duty's Black Ops 7 is a skibidi toilet boss fight.
I see.
And that's all I need to know in order to feel vindicated that I made the right choice. Now, I have seen some positive impressions from people.
Oh man, it's like skipping here.
Multiplayer, gushing grannies over the zombies.
Hold on, let me just pause this.
And that's great.
Let me just pause this here, just to let it like heal up a bit. Sometimes the video skips for some reason. It's random. It just happens. I don't know why. Like one day it's gray, one week it's gray, but the next week it could be bad, it's stuttery. I don't know. One video could be good, but the next is just bad. I don't know what's going on. The only salvation is the ads. I mean, literally the ads like. Well, I don't watch them. It's just I skip them, and then the entire video is like working as always, like as new. I don't know what's going on. All right, let's continue on.
I'm happy that you're enjoying it.
All right, let me just go back here a bit.
Zombies, even.
Yeah, but still starting.
That's great.
So sorry for everybody. Sorry, everybody. We're gonna have to deal with it.
Me and your mother are so proud of you for enjoying yet another Call of Duty game.
Oh, I think it went back to normal. Cool.
But I can tell you from everything I've seen, I know I wouldn't like this. So what the fuck is the point in me purchasing it just to be part of the same cycle every year that I have been for the last decade and some change, probably.
Good on you.
Every new Call of Duty, expecting something different, expecting something to change that's going to get me hooked on it again.
Oh, no, it's never going to change.
COD 4 and Modern
I gave up on them a long time ago.
And it just never comes. So I sat this one out, but I do still want to yap about a couple of things. Definitely the skibidi toilet boss fight, but also apparently this one is very lazy, like even lazier than normal Call of Duty, in that it uses AI art in a few places.
Yeah, I heard of that.
Blah about like the
I've seen that
AI that this.
I've seen a few videos on that,
which is crazy for a $70 game, for a Call of Duty game, a AAA game, to be so fucking cheap that it won't even just use real art. That's kind of nuts. So I was yapping about it on stream a bit, blabbering there, so I wanted to show you a couple clips.
Alright,
they're using Studio Ghibli AI art. And Black Ops 7? Here, in case anyone doesn't know, big spoilers. This is apparently the final boss. And it is literally a skibidi toilet boss
Let me see it.
It's
I need to see this. I need to see this. Dude, this literally looks like the count. This literally looks like him. I've seen the videos. What's more is that the skibidi toilet series actually is way better than this.
I haven't looked into the AI.
It actually looks better than this.
Yeah, this is the Black Ops 7
How did
skibidi toilet finale, baby? Call of
Just let you know, skibidi toilet's better than this trash. I've seen the videos.
Apparently, people like the multiplayer though.
Okay.
I have no idea. I haven't really seen any of the multiplayer outside of the beta, but this I couldn't avoid. Almost looks like a Destiny raid boss. Only in terms of size, I guess. The only mechanic
Are we in
it seems to have,
cyberspace?
from what I've seen, is this, and all you do is just pathetically like jump over it.
Yeah. Are we in
Doesn't really
cyberspace,
seem like
right?
a Destiny raid boss in terms of design or mechanic, because all you do is just jump. Activision responds to Black Ops 7 AI claims is the most recent article.
Let's see it.
Activision responded to the claims regarding the usage of Jin
I swear,
AI
they say
to
that
create
there's none of that
calling
here.
cards in Black Ops 7. The response comes in the form of an email statement sent to Insider.
Are they going to say they didn't do it?
Spokesperson in the statement, which you can read below. The company says it uses a variety of tools, including AI tools, for the development. You don't say.
Really?
Like so many around the world, we use a variety of digital tools, including AI tools, to empower and support our teams to create the best gaming experience.
No, you didn't. You just basically just
the process continues to be led by talented individuals.
You basically just did nothing with it.
I hate these fucking corporate statements.
Yes.
Man. It's so useless.
Just say you're just doing it for money.
If they just said like, yeah, we use Jin AI, suck our dick. At least then it'd be like, oh, that's honest.
But they don't.
This is nothing. Literally just
Call of Duty is Activision's literally
generative AI for these calling cards just to save time and money. It's the only reason. No, this game is gonna still sell fucking 30 million copies. You can hate the campaign, you can hate the skibbity boss fight at the end.
Yeah, but people are asking for refunds right now.
At the end of the day, 30 million people will still buy this game.
Yeah, but they're asking for refunds.
It will not matter. And they know that. That's why they get so lazy and do everything for as cheap as possible.
Oh, no, I don't know when this video came out. So,
it
may be different.
Is what it is.
It is what it is.
There's another article with the AI art. It's literally Studio Ghibli art. You see?
Yeah, but I've seen the freaking Studio Ghibli stuff.
Which one? There's so many articles about this.
Actually, fun fact, Studio Ghibli actually said this, that he basically does not want AI to be copying his work. He said this, I forgot what he said, but he said that basically this is my art style that I wish nobody would use AI to copy it from. So basically, they just slapped Ghibli in the face for it. So basically, Activision just basically slapped Ghibli in the face. I mean, seriously, what the heck?
I'll just type in Ghibli. Oh yeah, here. This is a Reddit post that was showcasing.
Yeah, they are. There it is.
Nice.
My God.
Very cool.
In Night style, huh?
They have certainly empowered the creatives over there at Activision. You can really feel the heart and soul. Awesome. It's just easy money. Well, like I said, it doesn't matter what they do. They could literally release this game with nothing but placeholders in everything except the multiplayer, and people will still pay for it, and it will still sell 30
Like I said, I don't know when this video came out, but
like it could actually just be
reports
like
are saying that
images and nothing else.
That there's refunds happening.
Multiplayer's there with the same fucking regurgitated slop. People will still be excited. No matter what, Call of Duty legitimately is too big to fail. There will never come a Call of Duty that actually flops anymore.
At this point, I have no idea.
Vanguard is like the closest thing to a flop, and that still sold, I think it was 25 million copies.
Yeah. But were they refunds?
Call of Duty Vanguard sold, 30 million copies.
Oh my God.
Still 30 mil. Like, it truly, like, again, does not matter what they do. Vanguard sold more than Battlefield's best-selling game. It's too big to fail. Agreed. Player retention is always low, though. For Call of Duty, who cares? It's a yearly cycle. It's not like they support the game for the whole year. They'll support it for a couple months, and then it's right on to the next one.
Yep.
They don't give a fuck. It's
they
not
just
like
want
they
the money.
Invest in those games long term. Just fart it out every year. Sell 30 million copies. Who cares if they drop it in a month or two? And that's the cold water of it. There is no reason Call of Duty ever needs to put even an iota of effort.
Even against Battlefield, they don't do jack.
Because no matter what they serve up, no matter what slop is on the plate, it will be consumed by every little piggy out there. Their baseline for sales for Call of Duty games seems to be 20 plus million. Like, I haven't looked at all the sales figures for Call of Duty games post Modern Warfare, but I'm pretty sure most of them are in the 20 to 30 million ballpark. Ooh. It is unfathomable how successful this franchise
and it's just gonna keep going.
And it's very clear they just coast and have been for a long time. And I'm just tired of it. I'm not gonna bother buying Call of Duty games every year just to have the same shit again with a different coat of paint. Yeah. Same shit, different toilet. Now,
just like EA and their
feeling
FIFA
so
games.
Comfortable and confident to use AI in Black Ops 7, I think it's gonna get even lazier.
Oh,
That's a bold prediction here. That's the crazy Baba Vanga, Charles White predictions for the next Call of Duty, the next handful of Call of Duty. I think the future of Call of Duty is going to be mainly AI driven.
We're getting to that point.
To cut even more corners and squeeze even more money out of this franchise for even less effort. I'm not super surprised to see that they've already, intertwined AI art with Black Ops 7. And I think it's only going to get more and more egregious. So yeah, I think the state of Call of Duty is pretty pathetic and pretty
embarrassing. It is.
But again,
it sucks.
No ill will to anyone that is enjoying it. If you're having fun, all power to you. I just wanted to showcase a little wackiness here from Black Ops 7.
If you enjoyed it, you enjoyed it.
From Black Ops 7 here. Anyway, that's really...
I'm going to pause that. That's just about the end of the video. Okay, so yeah, face it. But I don't know when this video came out. It came out today, but I don't know when, because there's actually reports of the game Call of Duty is getting refunds now. So we're actually going to watch that, and it's from Young Yes. We're actually going to move on to that one. But before we go there, I have to say is that Call of Duty, it sucks so bad. It sucks so bad. The question is, will they, after this, will they actually do something? Because I already said in the beginning of the video, they probably will go back to the ways just to please the masses. But then after that, we'll slowly go back to basically being trash and dog feces. And at that point, it's a revolving door. I've been paying attention for a while. Though. They get a game, they do it successful, and then they come back out and it sucks so bad, and then they go back, and it's just to please the masses. And once that's happening, they go back again, make sucky versions, and then once another one bad comes up, they go back again, and it's a revolving door. At this point, I have no idea if it's the next is gonna be bad, but at this point, who knows? I'm at this point. I just hope Call of Duty basically disappears and dies out, because at this point, what's the whole point of Call of Duty? There's nothing about Call of Duty anymore. It's just about becoming Fortnite. Anyway, we're gonna go on to Young Yes video and see that. So I'll be back. Hold a thought. All right, we're back here. So we're going to be watching Young Yes, and he's going to be talking about Black Ops 7 user score tanks, Steam usage refunds, U.S. Government condemned games, AI use. Oh my god, the government? Man, how bad is Call of Duty now? That the U.S. government had to step in again. I mean, they stepped in with the one where they featured Russia as a... Wait, no, Russia was the one that stepped in. Either way, it doesn't matter. God damn, hey, what's going on? But either way, we're going to see what's happening. We're going to see why it's tanking, which obviously we all know. Well, know why it's tanking. We're going to see what's going on. It's going to be almost 20 minutes, so who knows? Well, what happened? I may be pausing it to give my 2 cents in the fact in this situation. Or maybe wait to the end of the video. Who knows? Let's queue up. Let's go watch. Man, this video is probably going to be long. All right, let's get started.
So we're going to cover 2 topics surrounding Black Ops 7 today. One is what the user reception has been like since launch, with the user score tanking. And then we have the whole AI situation that has gotten a tremendous backlash. And beyond that, we're even getting government scrutiny.
I'm surprised.
So with Black Ops 7 having been out for 3 days now, we're starting to see what reception is looking like when it comes to critics. From 18 reviews, we've got a score of 83%.
This is the shills.
The user score, which isn't necessarily the most accurate indication of a game's quality. But it does spotlight what the community sentiment in general is like.
Community, but that's just for the shills.
The overwhelming dislike score of 1.8 from 725 user ratings, and I expect that rating to sit close to that for a while. Even if we get thousands of more additional reviews due to the fact that Call of Duty fans are disillusioned by what Black Ops 7 has presented. That makes Black Ops 7 among the worst user-rated games of all time. What you're looking at here is games sorted by user score, and I'm on the last page here. The worst user score ever belongs to Madden NFL 21. As for where Black Ops 7 places in all of this, well, this is the very last page, and just going to the penultimate page, you'll find Call of Duty Black Ops 7 right here with a user score of 1.7
went down.
is what is listed here. It is now at 1.8. I expect some fluctuation throughout the course of the next few days, but overall, that places Call of Duty Black Ops 7 in the top 50 worst user-rated games on Metacritic. And that's less about giving the game an accurate score and more about just the community trying to send a message because they're fed up with certain antics. And, you know, in stark contrast to Battlefield 6, which does have a similar Metascore, though, from far more critic reviews, 71 critic reviews. The
campaign is
significantly higher, sitting at mixed or average at a 6.8, in large part because the campaign of Battlefield 6 was underwhelming, but it is a different kind of underwhelming, whereas Battlefield 6, what people are saying about that campaign is Battlefield could do more with its campaign. You know, it's underwhelming on that front. With Black Ops 7, people are going, what the hell is this campaign? This is not Call of Duty. The identity of Call of Duty is completely lost. It's not just Battlefield anymore. It's about just like being completely tone deaf to what Call of Duty is as a series and an IP. And then looking at the concurrent players on Steam, we can see right here that the peak did go up from like 70,000 to 100,000. And so it is doing a little better than the initial launch,
but it is going down.
Right here, the numbers are starting to trend down. And then beyond that, compared to Battlefield 6, I mean, it doesn't hold a candle to the all-time peak here of 747,440 players. And even the 24-hour peak of almost 300,000 players. And we're talking about a game that launched significantly sooner than Black Ops 7. Black Ops 7 is very much the newer game, and it's still trailing behind the significantly older game, Battlefield 6, due to the fact that people this time are finding Battlefield to be the more appealing first-person shooter franchise. They just really nailed a lot of aspects of it, and the identity of Battlefield at the very least, even if the campaign falls short, the overall identity of Battlefield feels like it's been revitalized and intact, especially in the multiplayer aspect of things. And even on Steam, you can see that the overall score for the Call of Duty portal that covers various Black Ops entries and Call of Duty Warzone and whatnot, even that score has been going down due to recent negative reviews.
Keep going down and down.
So overall, mixed results among the fan base. And we've already discussed why people are making fun of the campaign. Footage like this has been going viral, with this one right here garnering 30.9 million views. And all you see in the responses and the quote tweets are people just mocking the campaign pretty extensively. And yeah, it's just a lot of people are feeling like this is not quite the Call of Duty people know and love.
We're in cyberspace
this is just so absurd.
So this doesn't make any sense to me either.
Scenarios go for a military shooter. Then there's the always online aspect of the campaign, which means that there are no checkpoints. There's no pausing. You can get kicked if you're idle for too long, and that's even if you're playing solo, not co-op, solo. And then beyond that, I mean, the always online functionality means that your campaign experience can get interrupted by updates and the like. And furthermore, your experience can get interrupted by people randomly being able to like invade your solo campaign experience with plenty of folks they experience like playing through the campaign, being in the middle of a cutscene, and then experiencing random chatter from people who logged into their game and are trying to talk to you. And so it's just all of it is just really facing a ton of mockery.
At that point, what the heck is the point?
AI part. People were so done with Black Ops 7's campaign's direction and also just unethical practices like the way they use generative AI to essentially steal artwork and just do a lazy job with some of the art featured in this game, which we'll get to in a bit, that folks have decided to attempt to refund the game from platforms like Steam. And as far as Steam is concerned, they actually were successful in getting refunds even after finishing Black Ops 7.
Well, they saw how bad it is.
Here, I finished the entire Black Ops 7 campaign, asked for a refund.
After the reports?
Granted it to me. I wrote, quote, "The game constantly utilized AI-generated options that were not present in the marketing for the game, as well as videos and screenshots of the material," which is actually true. All the AI-generated assets were never shown throughout marketing, and people only discovered that stuff after launch, after they delved
into the game.
And so you can finish Black Ops 7's campaign, make this, I think, very valid excuse, and Valve will actually grant refunds. And one of the great things about Steam is that it has a very generous refund policy, one that's reasonable. As long as you're not, like 100 hours into a game and then requesting a refund. Usually, if you have a good reason, Valve and Steam will grant that refund as shown right here.
It just
That's
depends.
one of the reasons why Steam is such a preferred platform over many others whose refund policies are far more restrictive. But yeah, no doubt people use this knowledge to try to get their own refunds, with this post right here garnering almost 3 million views and tens of thousands of likes, almost 100,000 likes. So there's strong sentiments about this game not deserving the money of Call of Duty fans, who again just feel like they were almost like robbed because the direction of the game was just so jarring and just so not the Call of Duty that they initially fell in love with, especially the Black Ops series, which, has quite the following and fan base. Now let's delve a little deeper into
Here it is. We're seeing it again.
In a previous video, plenty of people
Once again, here it is.
Plenty of assets, core assets across the game, like calling cards, posters, reward icons, so on and so forth, were very clearly AI generated. And you can see right here one example where not only is it clear that they're using the Ghibli art style and the Ghibli AI generation that has become popular among folks who,
call it
like
Ghibli?
to use generative
Sorry,
AI.
that happened there.
But you can spot signs very easily, like the fact that this hand right here has 6 fingers instead of 5 fingers, being something that AI has consistently struggled with in generating accurately. And yeah, this has been called out so much that this topic has gone viral, with tweets like these highlighting this whole situation, garnering 3.3 million views.
Is this supposed to be COD Zombies or something?
Likes. This next one right here, 8.5 million views and 23,000 likes. Here we have one more.
This is zombie. Is that supposed to be zombies up there?
Views and 18,000 likes, so on and so forth. Here's one more for good measure, highlighting how this is one of the worst launches for a Black Ops game ever, with all the controversies and the campaign not really appealing to fans. This has garnered hundreds of thousands of views and 30,000 likes. This is where we're at with that discussion, where it's gone genuinely quite viral. And Activision's try to respond, but the statement that they provided was just absurd and utter.
We already saw that response.
With them saying that the reason they used AI tools was to empower and support their teams to create the best gaming experiences possible for their
We just saw that over in freaking Moist video.
Said here is wrong. The AI tools did not empower and support their teams.
No, it did not.
Because all of that stuff, the generative AI stuff,
just say that you just wanted more money.
Artists who
just say you just wanted money.
Do artwork like this for, not that much money, and would be thrilled to do it and would do a much better job. And then it's bad for players.
Just say you wanted money.
The fact that the use of generative AI usually yields just very poor artistic results, making for a worse product for paying customers and players. And then beyond that, the integrity of the artwork itself, the video game itself, is severely compromised by the usage of generative AI that just does not have that human touch.
Seeing AI go into gaming
to a medium like gaming, AI does not understand what fun is or what good art looks like. They just know how to, take amalgams of things that are out there and just spit something out. This is not one of those cases where AI is used positively, where the artist is at the forefront and AI is used as a means to circumvent some of the more tedious processes.
AI should be a tool to help
like
out.
The head of the artwork itself. This is one of those scenarios where the artist is shoved aside and AI is let to do all the work. And so, in many ways, this parody statement right here is far more accurate than
here it is. Let's read this. Look at this
statement that Activision Blizzard has provided here. It is very much about downsizing, reducing headcount, and saving money and pleasing shareholders and engaging in lazy-ass practices to increase their financial numbers. That's really what this is all about. It's not about...
exactly.
So you might as well just tell us the truth. Noise surrounding this that it's actually caught the attention of U.S. government officials, with a U.S. congressman recently having spoken out about Black Ops 7's use of AI, and
this got really bad,
highlighting how there needs to be regulation for AI in general as a whole across all mediums. So this right here is Ro Khanna, who is a member of the U.S. House of Representatives from California's 17th District, who went out of his way to actually quote tweet Pirate Nation's coverage of this, highlighting how all this right here is AI, and had this to say on this issue, quote, "We need regulations that prevent companies from using AI to eliminate jobs to extract greater profits.
Because at that point,
at these companies,
what's the point of getting a job?
Have a say in how AI is deployed. They should share in the profits, and there should be a tax on mass displacement." Ro Khanna then provided a second statement, quote tweeting Charlie Intel's coverage of Ro Khanna speaking out at all in the first place, and had this as a follow-up to say, "A company replacing artists with AI is not much different than one that replaces truck drivers. AI cannot just be for enriching tech billionaires. AI must be for us, not them." Now, it's interesting to see some of the counter arguments. So the responses we've got, user David Friedberg highlighting and arguing that technological advancement is important, saying what if the AI
can't get rid of
technology
people.
creates, enables, unlocks new, higher-paying jobs. By trying to prevent organizational evolution due to technology, you're limiting technology's ability to create more value for workers. If you had done this with the emergence of the tractor to protect loss of jobs on farms, we'd have very expensive food, no industrial revolution, and a shitty standard of living for workers. If you had done this with the emergence of the automobile, we'd have lost the economic explosion that arose from highways, lower cost transportation, and countless networked industries. If you'd done this with the emergence of the computer and the internet, your entire district would still be based on an economy of oranges and plums. But here's the thing, the argument isn't abolish AI technology as a whole.
It's about making sure that people don't lose their jobs.
And with proper regulations so that the technology, which is a very powerful
it should be just used as a tool,
isn't abused. Roe Conner responded saying a tax code that doesn't incentivize excessive automation, working input council so AI is used for augmentation, rules so workers share in AI productivity gains, a plan to hire young grads who may less entry-level jobs or to hire displaced workers, a tax on mass displacement and guardrails against them. All these are provisions to ensure a technology revolution benefits ordinary Americans.
We shouldn't
or just
lose
people
jobs
in
here.
That's the key. We got to find regulations to ensure
there needs to be a balance
technology
here,
is benefiting everyone, and not have one entity, especially a billion-dollar company or a single billionaire,
tell me what I can and can't do
technology for their own gains while leaving everyone else behind and in the dust. Which Black Ops 7 is an example of, when you could have hired artists to make some of those assets. Instead, you have generative AI.
I bet you can find people in the
shitty and just leave artists in the dust while also plagiarizing other artists to generate the assets in the game through AI, like the Ghibli stuff. Things like tractors are tools that can benefit farmers. Things like cars are tools that can benefit everyone. Things like computers and the internet are also tools that can benefit the world. But all those technological advancements came with regulations and came with laws so that they could be used properly and not in a
there needs to be a balance.
So that's the point that's being missed here. It's not about stopping technological advancement. It's ensuring that technology...
Now, before I just to say this thing, I do want AI. Look, I'm going to think that there needs to be a balance of AI and workers, but I do think some places should be completely automated because those are the places that like stress people out more. For example, truckers. I have seen the trucker thing happening that AI has been like moving to the trucker section. Now I know it'd be bad for truckers, but you got to realize that these truckers are like have no choice but to sleep in the back of their carriages, have to have some sort of, get coffee or whatever, some stimulus just to get them up and running. Plus, they get away from the families like for months at a time. So if you think about it, I think putting AI as the truckers would actually be beneficial because that way people are not like degrading their health, like destroying the health, just trying to get a truck from one point to another. Especially since the trucker companies are literally expecting you to basically drive your truck like nonstop. Well, not all of them, but some trucks you literally have to sleep during a time. You get scheduled to sleep. You got to sleep at certain times. You can't just keep going and all that. And I think it just hurts the health of the worker. That's what I'm saying. I think those places where it endangers the health of the worker, that's where AI should be taking over. That's just me saying that. I'm not saying that AI should be taking over everything. I'm just saying that for dangerous jobs, that should be for AI. All right? For like safe jobs, that should be left alone for the employer, alone. Because workers is safe, you can do the work, you can keep doing their job. It's just the dangerous stuff that hurts your health, is what I think. But that's just me. All right, let's keep on. Let's move forward. Now I know there's gonna be a lot of people saying, "Well, that means every job is dangerous." Look, it depends on the danger, the danger of your health. It depends. All right, like truckers, they have to basically keep up the work and basically expect to go working. If you miss your sleep your sleep time, then unfortunately the trucker's got to go and pass it and try to go through it. I'm just saying, when it endangers your health or is a very dangerous job, that's when AI should take over. For example, fast food, that should be left alone because unless it's like to help you out, like as a tool to help out, it should not be completely taken over. All right, moving on. Please let me know your comments and what you think about that. All right, moving on.
Advancement happens ethically and in a way where everyone benefits and not have a couple entities being able to, take that technology and abuse it. All technological advancement on some level do need checks and balances. That's what we're
balance here.
Not the eradication of a technology. Now, in terms of the exact nuances of what these AI laws should look like, that's something to be argued. But I think the general sentiment is that
we got like 2 more years before AI
has to happen. Like it has to start somewhere because right now AI is just too rampant to run free. And it's creating a lot of either dangerous scenarios or a lot of scummy scenarios and ethically questionable scenarios. Now, I need to emphasize that not all use of AI is bad. Generative AI is just one form of AI implementation. But then you've got examples like this where AI has been used essentially as a plugin for Blender, Unity, and Unreal Engine 5 that can convert character motion in video into 3D data in real time. And this is something that was made
just to basically,
and what this does is save you from having to buy really expensive motion capture hardware.
See, a tool to help you out.
This is a perfect example of good AI. It does not replace an artist's job. It just replaces a $5,000 piece of hardware. This is actually a good example of empowering artists with this technology, where it's not replacing an artist, rather it's giving them an easier and more convenient way to do something that they were already going to do in the first place, just without needing all of this ridiculous equipment, and making the motion capture technology just a lot more accessible. And then another great example is one that y'all I'm sure are familiar with. It's the usage of AI upscaling. With NVIDIA, you've got NVIDIA DLSS, and with AMD, you've got AMD FSR. These are not technologies that are stealing from anyone. These are not technologies that are plagiarizing anything. These are not technologies that are replacing human beings and the work that they do. And, artists, and anything like that. This is a self-contained use of the technology that all it ultimately does is help your games perform better and look better, even if you have weaker hardware. Like, that's a great use of technology.
Yeah, it is
benefits everyone without compromising human artistry or just without engaging in any ethically questionable practices. It's not the tool that's the issue. It's about how it's used. And in the case of Black Ops 7, it is just blatant theft, what they did.
Yeah, they just basically
just typed a prompt and said, give me Ghibli art, stole someone else's art style and artwork. And the generative AI just took an amalgam of stuff that Ghibli has done and spit something out. And then they just called it a day. There was no true human artistry involved. That was not unique art that was utilized. And as a result of that technology's usage, genuine artists did not get hired, and we got a worse product for it. You can tell just some of the laziness.
Give it time, and I bet you next year, the entire Call of Duty is going to be filled with AI
just
stuff.
Look off.
Just give it time.
So it's not about the tool, it's about how it's used. Something like Photoshop, for example. On one hand, you can use it to make art a lot more convenient, being able to, use layers and the digital format, allowing you to fix mistakes a lot more easily than if you were to use, a paintbrush with a canvas or, a pencil with a sketchbook. But Photoshop can also be used to create, really obscene stuff if you know how to do that. But the thing about Photoshop is that it takes a lot more effort to create, those kinds of obscene things. With AI, it's so easy to just type a prompt, and the adage of with great power comes great responsibility very much applies.
You can still check it. I mean, let the AI do its work and then
enacted
check
so
it
that
yourself
AI as a tool is used for ethical
that should be really good.
Those tools are used in ethical manners, and there can be some checks and balances when it comes to, the potential exploitation of this technology, while allowing for the good aspects of AI to be able to kind of move technology forward and, make things a lot more convenient for users, for artists.
We can
that kind
have
of usage
AI.
Is something
we
that
just can't let it take over everything.
It's the other stuff
within reason.
What Black Ops 7 has done here that people take a lot of umbrage with, and something that's becoming a more prominent discussion in not just the gaming landscape, but just in general. So seeing any kind of government official showing interest in actually enacting regulations, I think is, a good sign. Now, laws don't get passed easily. No doubt this will be a long-term endeavor, but
it's gonna be a while.
Again, we all have to start somewhere, and at least the interest in having the discussion for regulation from government officials who are able to enact change, I'd say that's a good start. And hopefully we can keep the ball rolling so that proper checks and balances are put in place for the less ethical forms of artificial intelligence usage. But all this to say that none of this has helped Black Ops 7.
No, it hasn't. It's gone worse.
So
I don't know. People are getting
where
refunds
the community
now.
sentiment
I have no idea whether or
is
not
at,
it's going to survive
by
next year. But if it does,
the unethical use of
that just
AI,
means Call of Duty makes more
just dropping Ghibli AI art that clearly wasn't even touched up by human beings. Activision's awful statement, and now even the government scrutinizing Activision. It's all just like the perfect shitstorm of bad bad optics for Call of Duty. And hopefully this will inspire everyone, and especially leadership, to take the IP a little more seriously.
My shirt does not breathe.
Actually try to one up the competition, because Battlefield is completely trouncing Call of Duty.
Sorry, that was out of pocket.
A lot more
my
care,
shirt's not
and
breathing here.
it shows. And they actually like understood the identity of Battlefield, whereas Call of Duty just kind of really lost itself somewhere along the way.
Oh yeah, it
and
did.
Not only the single player campaign, but multiplayer, having freaking Mickey Minaj as a playable character in a military shooter and things like that.
Call of Duty's become Fortnite.
Just too absurd, and they need to learn how to dial it back in and really like rediscover what Call of Duty is all about, and give fans a product that they love without the laziness of generative AI and without the misguided kind of direction of whatever that Black Ops 7 campaign and its various like absurd and supernatural scenarios were. But time will tell what the future holds for Call of Duty. It's a good thing it has competition like Battlefield 6 to inspire them to do better the next time around, and I really hope that they do.
I hope.
But that's one man's take. I'd love to hear what your thoughts are.
We're going to pause it there. But I hope so, too. But if not, then that's the end. Then I'd rather see Call of Duty disappear. Out of the way, that's basically very informative. Basically, at this point, Call of Duty's like basically not giving an S. So hopefully this entire situation literally teaches them that they need to roll it back. We're going to have to wait and see for next year because, of course, they're back on the yearly schedule. So who knows? Now, the best thing they could do right now is to go back to call basically World War to World War II. That's the best thing they can do right now to get fans excited. I mean, if they don't do that and they just keep going with the Future Warfare or even make modern version of the game that sucks, I mean, it's not going to be very good. But yeah, that's about it. But I'm damn glad that Young describes that, yeah, we can use AI. And I also think that AI should be used as a tool, not to replace, like, the safe jobs, but to replace, like, the dangerous jobs. Well, I'm saying that. But I'm really glad that basically AI is being used as a tool. Now, of course, here's the thing. AI is eventuality. We have no choice but to deal with it. We're never going to stop the AI from coming in here. We can only, and I'm one of the realists that it's only a matter of time before AI comes in and starts being everywhere. We just need to make sure that it's a tool to be used, not to be the entirety running on entirely everything. It needs to be used as a tool. Because if it's not used as a tool, well, there is a video that I made reacting to somebody else. I'll put it down in the description down below, where AI potentially, maybe, get out of control in the next 2 years. I mean, we're currently on schedule right now. It's supposedly right now it's hidden right now. So yeah, I'm gonna leave that link down below for you guys to watch. But yeah, it's a very terrifying thing, which is why I say that there needs to be a balance. But I do think that AI can take over jobs that are not safe for the average human, for a person. For example, truckers. They have to drive a lot, and it does damage their health, depending on what it is, and they got to keep like pushing it further. Depending, I know they have brakes, but even still, it does damage their health at sometimes. So I think that's the job that AI can take over. Now it is bad to say, but that kind of thing, I think could benefit humanity, as the fact that we won't be seeing a lot of people like sacrificing their health just to get through it. I'm just saying, at this point, we gotta accept certain points of jobs to be like replaceable and not replaceable. There needs to be a balance, but I do think some jobs should be replaced for safety concerns, like for the health of the employees. For people, for example, but for games like this, heck, for even fast food restaurants, that should be used as a tool. It shouldn't replace employees. It should be used for tools at that point. All right. Just to do it. Like for me, I've worked in a fast food restaurant. I get hit by oil every once in a while. Thankfully, it was not that much, but I did get hit by oil sometimes, but still pushed it through because it's not that bad. Unless it's not that bad because, like, I got splashed by oil. That's not a job for an AI to basically. That's not for takeover. That's me. I'm doing it. But if I have an AI in, like, a drive-through, which I hate doing, then to help me out with the orders, like, they take the order, I check on it, in the window and see if everything's correct. Repeat it back to them, and if everything's correct, there you go. It should be used as a tool. Hey, that's what they say. The machine age will arrive sooner or later. The question is, will it be the dominance of the machines, or will we be using the machines as tools? It all depends. All I know is, if it does begin the machine age, I am hoping to digitize my brain and put it in a robot body. I'm all for the machine age. I'm just saying here right now. I'm for the machine age. I'm just saying. I already chose my side. Either way, that's about it. Hope you enjoyed today's video. Let me know in the comments what you think about this situation. Do you think Call of Duty is cooked now? Do you think it's survived? Do you think the next Call of Duty will suck you more? Or do you think they will actually make a good game? Do you think AI will take over the entire gaming of Call of Duty? And do you think, Call of Duty will have entirely AI? Or do you think that they'll rein it back and actually do a good game and actually go back to basically World War? Let me know in the comments. Also, what do you think about the things I described? Do you think AI should take over the more dangerous jobs only? And basically, or do you agree? Sorry, do you agree with me that AI should take over the dangerous jobs, or should I say, the jobs that basically put the health of the worker and not in safe territory? Or do you think AI should just be used as a tool all around? All around for everything? Let me know in the comments. I would like to see it. And also, if you are, tell me, are you for the machine age? Are you one of the people that wants to put your brain digitized in the robot body? Let me know in the comments. I would actually want to hear that too. Either way, hope you enjoyed today's video. I will link these 2 videos down below so you don't have to hear my beautiful voice down in this video. And also, I will link that video to the video I made. Well, I wonder if I should make... No. Yeah, I'll link my video of me reacting to how the machine's uprise may be happening. Alright, for right now, I hope you enjoyed today's video. Comment, subscribe down below if you enjoyed it. And also to join my Dark Army. You got no choice. You literally had no choice. I'm your Dark Ruler. You had no choice in the beginning. So yeah, keep thinking you had a choice. You never did. Like and share the video to spread my influence. Glaze it everywhere and to help my influence grow. Take that as you will. And don't forget to press the black bell button to be notified when my videos pop up. Because you never know. I sometimes forget. YouTube channel doesn't bother announcing my channel. Younger sibling takes over to play his game. Either way, you know those shebang. Also, don't forget to check the Sorry, I hit my headset. And I don't know if you heard that last part, but I'll repeat that part. And also, don't forget to check your profiles to make sure restricted mode is on. Because if it's on, you're going to turn that off. Because if it's on, it removes my videos from your feed. Right? And that's about it. And for right now, my dark machine minions... dismissed.